Maryland decides in a little more than 2 weeks, and today the hotly contested U.S. Senate race between Democratic Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks and Republican former Governor Larry Hogan turned to some environmental issues.
That's right. Alsobrooks visited flood-plagued Annapolis to attack Hogan as weak on the environment, while Hogan's campaign points to numerous climate accomplishments when he was governor. We asked our environment and climate reporter Scott Broom to look at both candidates' records.
Angela Alsobrooks has the endorsement of the Sierra Club and other environmental groups, while former Governor Larry Hogan can take credit for resisting the Trump administration's efforts to gut funding for the Chesapeake Bay while he was governor here in Maryland.
A complete lake here.
Today, Alsobrooks toured flood-plagued Annapolis, where sandbags sit permanently outside some businesses.
So it was difficult to see some of the damage that's even inside of some of the businesses. But you know what, thankfully, there's a solution.
When this is built, the next Isabel will be stopped.
The solution, according to Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley, is a $100 million infrastructure project to raise levees and other flood barriers, much of it paid for by the climate-focused Inflation Reduction Act, which received no Republican votes in Congress when it passed in 2022. Hogan has not specifically said if he would have supported the act, providing an attack line for Democrats on environmental issues in this Senate race. Here's Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen.
We know that if Larry Hogan gets elected, he will be the vote that gives the Republicans in the Senate the majority.
The Hogan campaign provided a written response today saying Hogan has a commitment to advancing environmental stewardship and addressing climate change. According to a 2023 report from the League of Conservation Voters, Hogan had an excellent record on funding land preservation and open space. The report credited him with committing Maryland to cutting emissions under the state's Greenhouse Gas Reduction Act, as well as supporting wind energy development and tax credits for electric vehicles. Hogan was criticized in the report for weakening environmental regulatory agencies through understaffing and killing a big Baltimore transit project. The report called Hogan's environmental record inconsistent. Alsobrooks' environmental record as county executive includes heavy spending on sediment control, launching countywide composting, and beginning the electrification of the county's bus transit fleet. So both candidates can claim significant environmental and climate accomplishments. Hogan's promised to keep the pipeline of federal funding for Chesapeake Bay cleanup going strong. Alsobrooks promises to support federal legislation to force the biggest carbon polluters to pay more for climate change mitigation. In Annapolis, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.